Right. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing this morning? Looks like the sound is coming through fine. I think we're good. Let's see. All right. Yes, my coffee is ready. That's why I was actually it's actually funnier. I was like, all right, it's like I was doing good this morning. It was kind of like one of those mornings. I was like, all right, it's good. It's good. You know what? I got a couple minutes. Let me make sure my coffee is ready. And then all of a sudden the computer blinked off again. So I was like, really? And I think the lights flickered, but it wasn't like a major. Like, I don't know if it was the full house thing again. I don't know. And now I'm kind of curious. I'm like, I felt like the lights flickered like just very quickly, but at the same time, like it could have been just like the monitors all going off. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it is. I don't know, but I feel at the same time I'm kind of like, I wonder if my power supply is starting to go. Um, Not the ideal scenario, but also not the end of the world. I have others I can sub in, but it's like, do I feel like pulling the thing apart? Not really. You guys know that I moved offices back again. I was in the original computer room, and then when Melissa started working from home, I switched over to like the boys' old room, and Melissa took over this office just because it's a little bit more compacted. And then now that the baby's coming and she's obviously not going to be working, like she works from home, but obviously off for a couple months. Um, we put a bed in the other room so she could like nap over there. She's convinced that like when the baby wants to eat in the middle of the night, she's going to get up and go feed him in the other room, and it's it's not going to wake everybody up. Um, we're more just trying to make sure that Jin can sleep, but I'm sure Jin will have no issues. But yeah, so then I got pushed back into the little office again. So um, just removed everything like last weekend. But yeah, but baby update. The baby is not here. Melissa woke up this morning with a and sent me a message update. I'm still pregnant. I was like, oh, okay, well that's good to know. She did not give birth in the middle of the night. No contractions yet. Super uncomfortable. But again, we're kind of in like that final countdown. Um, she had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Doctor's like, yeah, you know, you're slightly dilated, and everything's there. You could have the baby tomorrow. You could have the baby next week, but obviously, probably in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, yeah, that's where we're at with everything. Um, we shall see. Debbie did not get her dream. Debbie was hoping that it would be on her birthday, but that was not the case. Unfortunately, hey, no, I probably won't. I have way too much stuff going on. Um, I may take like a day or two off from chart school, but like with the boys and everything like that, it's kind of hard to just shut everything down, which is fine. I mean, remember, kids for the first like 3 months basically do nothing but sleep. They sleep and eat. I do not have the correct. I do not have the correct apparatus for feeding. Right, lady, I'm gonna tell her to go some. No, she can barely walk up and down the stairs, Debbie. she's yeah, she's overly I would say overly pregnant, but like I mean she's not a very big woman. I mean she's typically, in the grand scheme of things, the weight that she has gained um like during the pregnancy are not it's not like crazy amounts. Like I think she's gained like 22 pounds. Um but when you think about what her normal size is, she's only like 98 to 101 pounds. So she's gained like she's had like a 20 to 25% increase in body weight. So she's carrying around a lot more than normal. So yeah, she steps suck. We now have a stool at the bottom where she rests. Um, did you lose your feed? Mm, it's showing for me. Debbie, you ended the broadcast. What? What happened? It's back now. What are you guys doing? What are you breaking? Why are you guys breaking stuff? I feel like you guys are just breaking stuff to mess with me. Now you're making me check everything. I'm like, no, this is fine. What are you talking about? Is it a Marina problem or is it a everybody problem? Did everybody lose it? Hmm. You went out then back. Hmm. So what you're telling me? Yeah. Hmm. It keeps quitting on you. It's show. I mean, it shows live. I don't. I'm not sure. Hmm, I don't. Hold on. I'm checking the settings right now. It's good now. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching the thing. It doesn't. So let me. Hold on. Let me pull the other thing up real quick. I'm having the other. I have. It's on one of the other monitors. Okay. Well. All right. Well, I'll be able to see it if it goes out again. So I have it on the other monitor now. So I do not know. It's Debbie's fault. It's the angle I took. Yeah, it could be. I mean, you may not be wrong. You may not be wrong. Is Ernest in here yet? Maybe Ernest did it. It could have been. It could have been an Ernest thing. Could have been Ernest, guys. You know how Ernest is. He likes to get in there and start banhammering everybody. All right. So as far as market movement in the overnight, we can start with my personal life. Although many of you ask. Yeah, so I mean, the pound is the biggest mover. Obviously, we're seeing a bit of a reversal in the dollar, although it's not really across the board. I mean, Aussie dollar is obviously up as well. So it's kind of hard to say that hey, dollar strong, but Aussie dollar is up. Um, Pound obviously is reversing. Hopefully, you guys are able to catch some of those. There was a decent one that you had to catch kind of early on with the pound dollar. I covered it in the next presentation, but for the most part, considering the data we got, it's pretty just bleh. It's just pretty blah. I wouldn't say there's any major market movers out there. Um, Testimony at 10 today, I think will be interesting. I think it's definitely a popcorn type scenario. Yeah, good old coffee. I think it's definitely I think it has the potential for some fireworks. Um, Todd liked my joke that Elizabeth Warren and Trump are now on the same side. Um, I don't know. I love when people that are less educated try to explain what the Fed's doing. It's like you guys don't control the Fed. Let the Fed do what the Fed does, and leave them alone. So yeah. So anyway, I think 10 o'clock today there may be some choice statements. We'll see how good it is. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything that's super crazy, but it's about as big a news we got today. And then everybody else is speaking too. We got 10, 11, 12:30. If you're anybody that knows anybody, it is a day of speeches. So tomorrow morning, early on, we do have manufacturing for Germany, which is supposed to not be a big issue. But at 8:30 tomorrow morning, we have GDP, which is supposed to be negative month over month for the CAD. Thought that was an interesting kind of take on it. And then the PCE price index. I told Todd, I'm like, hey, it's still not transitory. Transitory requires it to go backwards. We're still paying more, right? We're still paying more. Yeah. So we'll see what that comes in as. And again, that's one of those ones that last time it was actually dead on. And normally, you can see normally, I mean, it'll go in streaks when it's coming in at zero and things like that. But for a while, they were really, really missing it. Question is, will we go back to that? And again, if it is 0.2, that is still a positive number, right? Still positive. So yeah, it's got to be brought up. I just, there has to be, it has to be acknowledged at some point. Um, oh, that's weird. It just updated now that we are live. I wonder. Wait, feed cutoff? That's the pip chips fix for today, huh? The hacks are in. Here's Ernest. You know what it may have been? Since we just got that, I just saw the message now on OBS because I have the chat in there. If it's just saying that we're live now, I wonder if Stream Elements is having issues this morning. Um, that could be the case. Um, hmm. Hmm. Could be the case. Maybe. Maybe. Hold on. I'm checking it. All right. I got that one pulled up now, too. Holy crap. I have too many windows up. Right? Way too many windows up. Yeah. No. No. Maybe. Maybe. Hold on. Maybe. Um. Hold on. Just one of those days. I swear. It's just one of those days. Um. All right, yeah. So that's what we got. All right, let's dive over into charts and get these things rolling. Look at oil. Look at oil going down. Go oil. Go oil. All right, Aussie dollar. So we had that Harry Potter that we talked about yesterday. It ended up slicing through. Never gave us the pullback before it kind of came back down again. So not really tons we can do with this one, unfortunately. It's kind of pulled back up again. We are getting to a little bit of a level here, and I'm wondering. I mean, so the problem with this one is right there. It's kind of the same level before, so that Harry Potter did not work. We can remove this right now. We're pulling into a level. It kind of coincides with news, and one of the things that could be talked about at today's testimony is inflation. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, there are not the way that voting works, right? It's based off of sheer volume of numbers, right? It's not based off of how much money somebody has, right? Like rich people do not get more. So, when you talk about the mass numbers, there are less rich people than on the other side of the spectrum. Okay, if they talk about ways to halt inflation or get rid of a lot of the inflation that we're seeing, it's going to be to raise interest rates, which again should bring value to the dollar or strength to the dollar. There's a potential setup in here. Is it the ideal scenario? Not so much. It is a level basing. It did have a very strong push out of it. I like all those different parameters. I don't think it matches up fib wise. It's a little bit off on fibs, right? It's a little bit off. It's a little bit higher. So it is a level on a normal day. If there was not a speech at 10:30 today, I would say that this is probably a decent level to short because it's been such a strong push up again. But I'd be a little bit more cautious today because, like I said, with Powell speaking, I feel like if he gets flustered, they're gonna. I feel like they have the ability to like just rail him today. I just feel like that group is yeah. I just feel like I feel like it could come up, right? I just feel like he could get it. I'm trying to think what. Anyway, if you want to shorten it a little bit, we could. We could shorten it a bit. It's 11 pips, so that's a decent level there. I think this could be a decent rollover. But like I said, my caution with this one is, my concern about this one is I feel like it could be really, really good, or they could really, really mess this one up. So it's kind of a higher risk one. But again, if you're okay with the low risk trades, then I think that's probably pretty decent. It was a strong push before, a nice little hiccup there in the middle. It's not at the extreme levels in either direction, so I think that is something we should watch out for. Okay. Also, yeah, and kind of doing the same thing. And again, it is running back into levels as well. You could draw this a couple different places. I mean, it's hard because the wick is all the way up here. But if we want to take a refined level, if we use the bottom of the body, you can see touch, touch, touch. It is 3, so it has a chance. But again, it's got more stuff kind of sitting right up there. And again, it will kind of roll, right? It will kind of have that kind of same exposure. All right, so it's there. Let me get rid of the CME thing again. As far as the extremes, either way, though, it's not in. Again, this is another middle of the road trade, so it's not necessarily my favorite, right? Oh, sorry, I just saw it pop up again. Huh? I think it's Stream Elements. I think Stream Elements is what's having the problems. Yeah, I really think that's what it's doing. Yeah. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I think it's having problems again. Are you guys still there? Let me know. Trying to figure out if I lost you again. Technical difficulties. Are you guys there? Hello, hello. It's the worst. I can ask a question, but I know you guys are on a delay. Still here? Good. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Sorry about that. It was kind of like it blinked out on. It kind of went on my side. I think it's a Stream Elements thing. Yep. Stream Elements. Yep. Absolutely a Stream Elements thing. Okay. Let me see. Can I change this? Okay. I know. It's like one of those things. It's like, oh, can we just, yeah. All right. So again, it's set up kind of in a similar. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this right now. Todd's like, yeah, can we get you got a watermark? I'm like, yeah. It's like, but the watermark's driving me crazy. Cannot do the watermark, Todd. Watermark drives me nuts. Um, anyway, let's go across the euro pound. All right. So there's your euro pound mark. Euro pound was a nice little overnight. I know some of you crazies stay up late on that one. We were looking for a level a little bit higher, the 86.69. But then all of a sudden we saw two tests. And whenever you see those tests in there, you got to kind of be like, I wonder if there's a shorting opportunity here. And it just happened to coincide with, again, a session open. I mentioned this on the Natics presentation as well. But again, level of basing, descending wicks on the top. Again, touch saying, there may be something to this level. Touched again. Number 3 just happened to coincide again with the European Open, and you can see it just blew through and it's going lower. Now, we are getting back to this one little kind of pullback. And again, it was a really strong impulse correction, the impulse move, and it hit it and kind of bounced off the top of it and is now pushing again. I would say right now, targets on this one are still much, much lower. And we talked about this earlier in the week. I would say actually, I'll just move this. Let's do this. I'll say there's going to be our first level of targets. Um, there would be kind of our profit target for that one. Uh, I still like this one. Again, it's just a reversal from what we've seen, right? I mean, the pound got just blasted for 2 days and is looking for the reversal. We were looking for a decent top on it, and it would have been nice if it came all the way up. But again, this would have been one of those ones that really kind of it established that. And they're cranking me with the ads today. Um, you know, you had an opportunity at 4. You had another opportunity at 7:30 last night to get in, and then it kind of just pulled away. And then again, the 3 o'clock was really kind of the trigger for it. So decent trade, upper end of the curve, right? But I think we roll back down again and come into that 85.20ish area for today. So I'd stay bearish this position. Euro yen. Euro yen's pushing down. We talked about having a level that was tested in the past. It's had to chop through a few things, which is fine. But 129.40 is a level we were looking for. And again, a little bit bigger of a base. We could probably shorten that a little bit. How much risk is there in this one? It's only 12. So, I mean, it looks like it's a gigantic piece here. But in reality, it's only 12 pips. You're getting pretty close. It's about 16 pips more than it needs to move. So not a, not a horrible trade, right? Nothing too rough in there. For that one. Let me see if there's anything else. Nope. All right. Euro dollar. So euro dollar. We mentioned trying to find that bottom for this one, saying that there was nothing that we were really excited about. No major time frame levels because there was some crazy whips that we were kind of watching out for. That's still kind of the case. Is this a great kind of takeoff point at like 5 o'clock? Not really. Not really. If anything, it was pulling back, and I think this is a decent level here, right? That was a decent level. Not that we hit it, but it got pretty close. I think we should watch out for it. I think that does have potential next time it comes up there, but right now we're not in a position at 1611. Still don't have the base in. This base is okay. It came in at that like 6, 7 o'clock time frame. It's all right. I mean, I do like how the green is a little bit higher than the red. I would have liked one more. I think if we had the trifecta there, I think that would have been my favorite. Um, it's not there. I think at this point, I mean, if we can get just a little bit more dollar weakness to come up and then roll, I think that would be much better. Um, but I'm just not. Here I'll put a horizontal line and I'll show you why we don't really have any buying opportunities right now. When we go back, I know I can't see it on this, right? Yeah, we had to go up to. I think it could we see it on 3? Yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now. Can I see it? Can I see it on a 2? I don't remember. Yeah, I can see it on a 2. Can I see it on a 1? Yeah. Okay. But then we lose it to a half hour. Okay. This is kind of what we're dealing with. So, I mean, the first real kind of area where I'd be like, yeah, maybe would be down here. Let's change this to green just so everybody understands what it is that we're looking at. This is not really anything. I mean, literally, it dropped down, no wick, and came right back up again on the hourly. So, this is really the first kind of area down here that I'd be really looking for much. And then, below that, probably the buyers that were down here, although I don't love that zone. Probably those buyers down here, just because he had such an explosive movement off. Um, but right now, I mean, you can see what we have. There's nothing really. I'll move that. There's not a whole lot, right? And we got 70 pips down to the first level and 162 on the next one. So we really need some more help before we pull those two down, right? Let's go back off. Let's go to 4 hour. extend this just so we can know that where the extremes are. You need to go all the way down. All right, there we go. So yeah, so we're in no man's land looking for those two levels. All right. If you want me to mark those off, let's see. One is there. We have one down here. So 115.20 and 114.37. Okay. Pound yen. So pound yen took a nice little roll. We're looking for a roll again. Our profit target ended up getting hit. Right. We're looking for a profit target down here at 150.30. That profit target actually, man, there would have been straight, but yes, you can see that it got hit. That one is out. We had a little bit of a bottom, and again, there was something you could have grabbed yesterday at 12:30. It's a little risky at 12:30 when the market's closed. Yeah, a bit. I mean, it's pulled away, so you guys could have gotten into it. Um, Not the cleanest opportunity to ever remove it. I would say the next time we have to watch out for anything up top is going to be here at 151.09. And then after that, really, I would say probably up here again. There is a little hiccup here, and it's kind of funky. I would say for most people, though, I think the opportunity is going to be kind of up in this region up here, up at 152. So we can remove this, and again, nice little basing, nice little pullback. There would have been your short. So remove those now for that Harry Potter. We can take that off. I would say that that's probably where we're at. Again, I don't think this one will hold. Yeah, I'd say that this is still probably where we're looking, right, for decent buys. Let's move this across. All right. So yeah, yeah. Um, Briggs, are you actually 6'3"? I didn't realize you were 6'3". It's hard. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell from like the camera angle. Pound dollar. So pound dollar, here's that setup. Again, moved well beyond. We can remove this little level now. I'm not as concerned about it. Let's take these off. And kind of the same idea. This is kind of where this thing kind of rolled. So let's take this, put this there. We don't need that level. Well, actually, let's get a couple extra levels up here. Let's get this here. I'm not going to mark that one. There we go. And you'll see that there's not many buys here. uh, let's see. See, put the low right there. Let's mark these lows down here on hourly. Maybe something smaller. Maybe like a session open. Let's change this to dash lines. There may be something minor in there. Check that out. Right there. So there's your analysis in that one. Okay. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, we had this level and it hit it and it pulled back and it got to about, let's see, it got down to about a 1-to-1, just past the 1-to-1 before getting hit. And again, it kind of hit it again and pulled up and closed and then pulled back down again. So it gave us two successive hits in a row. When you see that, it tends to kind of do its falter thing, right? So ended up probably stopping you out of break even, which is totally fine. It happens. Here's a level we marked it. We didn't have anything in there. We're waiting for it to go just a bit higher, right? Just a bit higher. I'd say the way that this tested, we can use this over here as a potential level for later. Right. We use that as a potential level for later. We're still going to drag this across. I feel like we need to acknowledge this over here, but I don't think we're going to trade off of it. But I'm going to leave this yellow and kind of set that And again, dollar CAD. This is that kind of dollar weakness that we were looking for. Again, remember we talked about the euro dollar going a little higher. Euro dollar going a little higher would also assist this one just in the same kind of right. So I think the big news is going to be tomorrow morning. I'm just marking off a bunch of levels because I am looking for that. Oops. I'm looking for the news tomorrow morning, the 8:30 number. The CAD news is supposed to be negative, so the market's going to prepare for that. Any miss to the top side should bring some CAD strength in and should drive this position down. So, just at an early forecast, I'm kind of looking at something along those lines. Um, so I'm kind of hoping that level will, hold till tomorrow. I'm really only 5'7", but hang out with really short other people. Yeah, I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of that. Briggs, I love that. That's a great T-shirt. Right? I'm really short, but I hang out with short people. I tell my wife that one because she keeps trying to tell me I'm 5'3", that she's 5'3", not me. I'm definitely taller than 5'3". And she's like, no, I'm 5'3". I'm like, uh huh, yeah. When you hang out with a girl, you're 5'3", right? Um, yeah. All right, so let's go across and talk about the Swiss. Let's talk about Ernest's baby. All right, so yeah, this one took a nice bouncer yesterday. Ernest can say that he likes it, but it didn't follow really any of the rules that we're looking for. We had a level here, and it was a decent level. I mean, it had been pushed. It was a decent level up top. It sliced through it yesterday at about 10 a.m. and it didn't even look back. Right? It did give us kind of a Harry Potter to go higher. And again, you could have taken that. I typically like it to be a little bit faster of a base than this, but yeah, it did base it. It did slowly pull back again, grab the old area, and again, you can kind of see the hiccup here, and then punched higher and is now pulled back again. So it's definitely been a strange, it's definitely been a strange kind of piece here. But again, on the 30, you can see here, there's what that little basing is, and it pulled back and took off. So, from that level, it went 33. So not horrible, but it did need kind of that Harry Potter base to do it. The European Open was right here, right? There's your European Open. So, it ended up bouncing at 4, actually at 1 and at 4. So, yeah, you could have taken it. It definitely when it's full, you know, like I said, there's your risk and there's your 1 and 3. So, it went beyond. Um, sorry, it's good. So again, it's more the basing that we are looking for on that one. See, let's find a top side level in this one. I think it's going to be a hard. Let me see here. Go up to 4 hour. See, this is where this one gets really ugly. Pretty ugly. Um, Shrink it a little bit. So we got a level there. Mm, hmm. That one drove pretty deep. I wonder if we go just slightly higher. I'm wondering if we end up putting this one in here and playing a break out of that top. Oops, not that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. I don't need this right now. These two I don't need. Um, there we go. I can still use this, I guess. So you know what? We're gonna go up top. We're gonna go up top with it. Go 30 minute. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that for right now. All right, 93.85 is our next reversal on that one. All right, pound yen. Z pound yen. Or dollar yen. Sorry, dollar yen. Yeah, there's a top in there, but I mean, I said it yesterday. I'm just not really in love with this one right now. This is what we're flirting with right now. That's kind of our. You got that peak. You got this little peak here, which I don't really like. Again, these are 4 hour candles, so it's going to be a while. Um, Look, it went right off that one. Yeah. So that's what it's dealing with on the 4 hour. It's had some issues. It's moved about 30 pips, so hasn't quite hit its maximum. Whoops! I kicked the just kicked the power supply. That's not a good thing. I have one of those like big, like those special power strips. I got it like forever ago. It was like one of the expensive ones, and it's like, oh, it has like a $10,000, um, you know, $10,000 like insurance thing with it or whatever. If it fails or whatever. But yeah, I have no idea where the paperwork is. I believe I got it at Best Buy. I have no idea. So yeah, there's that, right? Um, yeah, shouldn't kick that box. So yeah, I would say it looks like it wants to be negative today. Again, we've talked about dollar weakness. We needed on a couple different charts. It's kind of fallen in place right here. Like I said, I'd be very cautious with this one because many things that Powell can say today can affect both the stock market as well as the dollar. So a little bit riskier on this one today. I would say, yeah, kind of be cautious. Cautious with this one on 4 hour. Let's go across. Let's look at oil. Oil's down. Oil's dropping. It's just literally pulled right into that level that we talked about for Nadex. I don't remember why we marked that one off, but we marked that one off. Not sure why we marked those off. We had it as a target. We definitely had it as a target. Oh, maybe it's the basing level in here, the old basing level. I don't know. Anyway, that is what it is taking a bounce off of right now, this morning. Let's just remove it, get it out of the way. Let's mark this. Let's go to 1430. There's our consolidated price. I would say next, like decent little takeoff would be down here, right? I would say that these would be the next decent ones. There's one in here, but I don't really love it. And I would say, based off of what we saw with unemployment going higher, oil's probably due for a bit of a pullback. I think it was a little bit high. This was a big. That's a very big bit of movement in the European session. So I don't expect this one to be a full retrace back. I feel like a lot of the money's already been made in this one, and the profit taking you can see down here has already happened. But it is an area that we can watch up top. I mean, it was a very, very strong bit of movement. But I'd say, kind of see where we are tomorrow morning with it would probably be like the best recommendation going forward. Um, we do have a little level we could use right there if need be. Okay. But right now, that's what we're working with. It's there. So we got a big little situation. All right. It's the way that it's reacting. It almost looks like it almost looks like a Friday day, right? It almost looks like a Friday day where we have like a lot of movement and then it just goes and flatlines on us. Feed is inconsistent here. Yeah. I don't know. I think Stream Elements is having a hard time today. Starts messing with the feed. Yeah, I think it's Stream Elements because, like I said, it popped in late. So I take OBS, and um, OBS pushes to Stream Elements, and then Stream Elements sends it to YouTube and Twitch. So I feel like it's that link that is having some issues, right? That's the one that's having some issues. Um, yeah, can't do much about that one. All right, gold. So look at gold. So gold has been taken off. We were looking for a break, never got that Harry Potter entrance, right? So we never got the entrance. We're going to kind of take this and move this around. Looks like we need to adjust it down to this level here. So we'll use that for next time, right? Because again, decent level of basing there. But gold since about 7 o'clock this morning has been punching higher. So I think this is good. I think this makes sense. Up 1.25. Um, let's see. That started to move at 7. When was that German data? When did that come out? Or if that's where it came out here. Let's see. About 3 hours ago. 2 hours and six. Yeah, three. Okay, so that looks like it coincides. Yeah, right around the 8 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. So this coincides with that German data of inflation up 4.1%, which is probably helping a little bit. Again, Germany is a big driving force in Europe, as you guys know. So I would say there's a couple areas up here. I would say here's one. We had a Harry Potter kind of set on that one. It has hit it already once, but if we shoot straight up like this with greens with no pullbacks, I would say it is, you could potentially use it for a rollover. The first kind of like clean area that we had was 1772 up top. But we had this here and we had a 1 to 3 that was able to kind of go through. We were really kind of watching the way that it ground through here and kind of popped and then hit. We are kind of looking for it to come up and stabilize. So, was the pair that had about another 15 pips to hit 40? I can check it in a sec. Could have been. Could have been. I'll check it in a sec. But I think either of those two are fine. So again, we still have the break of the 70-60, looking for 1772. But the way that this is skyrocketing up, this is kind of setting up for a parabolic retracement trade. And I would kind of watch this little area in here, right? We know that we have some drama right here, right? But again, Powell makes a comment about inflation today. I mean, he just started talking. I don't see. Yeah, it just started. We haven't seen any headlines from it. Gold driving up into a level for him to talk, mentioning transitory inflation. Yeah, it could be an opportunity for us to sell short today. But I think 1772 is pretty decent. I think the level down here, again, we're at 1570. Probably another area again with the spike that we've seen right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of turns and rolls, and it's got some decent movement in there. So, I'll draw it out here for you guys. Again, this would be kind of if Powell says something, right? And it's not quite there yet. It's like kind of just be nice if it just went just a little bit more. But yeah, I think that it could be a level that Powell says, yeah, all the inflation's transitory, guys. It's going to go away. We're going to see nothing, right? Next month it'll be nothing. Like you guys are worried about nothing. I think that could be a big. Oh, hold on, my phone is blowing up. Okay, nothing important. I always get concerned in the morning when my phone blows up. It's like, oh god, are the kids at school? I had to. The boys had to come back here yesterday. We had a bit of drama yesterday. Leah was sick, had to go to she ended up going to the ER. Um, so I had to get the kids after school, but it was like we did a scramble at 2 o'clock. I called their school at 2 o'clock and said, "Hey, listen, they were car riders. I need them switched over to bus riding today. Is that a problem?" She's like, "No, no, we can just let them know." Well, they didn't let anybody know. Reese checked his phone before he got to the car rider line and ran to the bus and actually caught the bus. Asher was there, so I had one kid on the bus, one kid stuck at school. So, yeah, and I called the school and I'm like, listen, I'm more than a little pissed. I was like, you guys had over an hour. All you had to do was notify two kids that, hey, listen, don't go here, go to the other side. Thank God they had cell phones. But one of them got on the bus and one of them was sitting there by himself in the car rider line. And his mother was at the hospital. And Melissa was at um, she had an OB appointment yesterday. So I was like, gotta be in three places at one time. So yeah, was more than a little pissed, let me tell you. Now the guy's like, I swear, he's like, this hasn't happened. This hasn't happened at all this year. I was like, this year? I was like, this, yeah, like you've left kids? Yeah, angry, 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 angry. Um, Powell has never mentioned inflation. No, he'll mention it, but all he remember whenever Powell says inflation, You know that game where you say the first thing that comes to your head? Whenever you do that with Powell and you say inflation, he says transitory, right? Inflation transitory, inflation transitory. It's just what is it called? I forget it's not the ink block test, but I forget what that test is called. It's an actual test. It's an actual test. But yeah, I don't remember what it is. But yeah, so that's that. Let's go to silver. Silver's doing the same exact thing. We were looking for a bounce. We were waiting for silver to go. Um, Silver went, but it didn't go where we wanted it to. I don't need these two. Those were old ones. So yeah, we were waiting for it to pop. It left without us. I would say silver kind of has the same scenario. We're gonna level of basing up top. You got to watch out for. You can go a little higher if you want in that one as well. Um, but same thing. Silver's taking a nice little pop. Pal could screw this one up royally. Um, yeah, we're seeing. I thought Rorschach isn't that's the ink blot test, right? Where they do like you do the thing and like you tell them what you see. I was thinking that at first too. Yeah, it's word association, but it's an actual test. Like Rorschach, I believe is they do the thing with like the ink and then two pieces of paper and they pull it out like we do so like and like one person's like I see a butterfly and the other person's like I see a bat and someone else is like oh I see a murder of 27 youngling. It's like okay you're the serial killer, you know. Um, but yeah, it has an actual name. But yeah, so silver 22, 24, I would say is a potential rollover spot if we can make it that far. We'll see. I think Pal's going to really kind of ransack that one. And I don't see anything yet, but that doesn't mean that the headlines are not coming for that one. Let's go across to the indices. Let's see if you guys had setups this morning. No, there was no setup this morning at all in this one. There's a level low, but I would not trade this one again. You can see that it was here, touch, touch, and touch. 3 touches through, it's going to fail. And again, I think Pal can blow that one up. I think the next two levels that we look for this to come down to is 43.29 here and here, right? Would not be using this one again. You can, we can mark it off so you know where it is, but I wouldn't use it again. But yeah, no trade set up today. Again, Pal is too strong, and again, seeing this, it's delayed a little bit, so I can't really tell. But yeah, ink blots. Rorschach is inbox like my Discord avatar. Isn't your Discord avatar your face? I thought it was your head. Oh, Neuro. Sorry, I thought your will for a second. I was like, no, I believe it's your face. Like, what? What are you saying? All right, yeah, sorry. By the way, Neuro, you're on Todd's radar. He's like, Neuro, that's one of your guys, right? I was like, yeah, he's one of my guys. So he knows that Ernest is one of mine. And I don't know if I don't think Will's ever mentioned it, has talked, but he knows that you and Ernest are not mine. So it's kind of like, oh, here we go. He doesn't mind when you guys talk though. He likes it. Todd actually likes Ernest's sense of humor. He's like, I like that guy. He's always got something funny to say. I was like, yes, he does. So yeah, so Nadex absolutely without a doubt knows who Ernest is. I believe they know who Joel is as well, but it's not Todd doesn't have any clue. Um, but so yeah, Ernest. There are many people now because I believe Ernest has sent some suggestions. I say quote suggestions because I don't know whether they took them as positive or negative. Um, but yeah, but Todd knows, and again, I'm sure compliance knows who you are too because compliance has to watch all of our presentations, so I'm sure that they know too. So I'm pretty sure Adam's like, yeah, that Ernest guy that keeps asking for weekly call spreads. No, I don't wear a mask with ink glass on it. Hopefully things don't get so bad that I end up like you. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah, you're seeing the chop back in ES. Not necessarily surprised. 9:30. Not really. Not really here as well. If anything, I'd say it would probably been more of a short target going top. But we did have a level up top here. You could have drawn a new level. This one we didn't need. That was from earlier in the week. We don't need this one. Yeah, again, this one I think is the same pal disorder. Not really a decent trade setup. Your 915 candle is right here. It kind of started low. Yeah, not so much. I'd say that the short was probably more what you would have been looking for there. But Not ideal. And again, same thing. I think this one will have the same issues, but I think 14,950, or I'm sorry, 906 is probably decent. Watch the level lower. Again, we talked about it before. It's been hit a few times now. I see that one failing. And again, if we're able to come down and we start basing at 14.6, put it this way. If we come down and start basing right now at 14.646, yeah, Pal said something pretty inflammatory today. So, yeah, Nura, we are a gang, right? We are a gang. You obviously have not watched enough of the classes. We have the gang sign at the end of one of them. I believe it's in risk management, right? Yeah, there is. Yep. That means no, that also means that yeah, it also means that you do not if you don't know that the if you don't know our gang signs, it also means that you don't know the secret handshake. You must not have gotten your secret decoder ring in the mail yet. We do have a secret decoder ring. Um yeah. So no secret decoder ring for you. Yeah, so look, you guys can see it chopping back and forth. It's delayed a little bit, but it's having some issues. So yeah, kind of the same idea. Let's see YM. Yeah, YM's taking a bit more of a drop. There's your 930. So YM looks like it would have been the setup. It opened at 915. It pulled up, and again, there would have been your kind of your level of basing, right? So it looks like we had one setup so far at the open that you guys could have grabbed. Um, yeah, there's your 1 to 3. And again, it was doing this basing, and then 915, it literally popped up just to kind of open right in that level. And it was a level of basing and a little bit of a touch. You could have brought it up to here and made it even smaller if you wanted to, and it still touched. It wouldn't have mattered. Either one would have worked for that one. But again, well past our 1.3 at this point. That's actually 1.33. I would say watch out for this bottom, but the way that they're all looking, this is the weakest of everything. So again, Pal starts making some funny comments. This is the one that's going to drop the fastest. Um, could you take a Harry Potter through a break? Sure, sure. I don't think this one. If you set an alert for a breakthrough of 34 116, um, still waiting on the secret decoder ring. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, look forward to the drop. All right. Uh, yeah, I see this one coming lower. I'm gonna assume we're gonna come down here. Okay. And last but not least, the Russell. Russell. There could have been a case made for this. There's your 930 touch, the top side. Actually, it is a not a fib. It is a long. 1, 2, 3, right there. So you can see, came down and touched, and popped out the top. So looks like 2 out of the 4 indices had a setup right at the open. Again, remember drop to those 15-minute charts and look for areas of basing in the past. This one had been tested. You had a couple different opportunities to get into it, but it's quick, right? Very very quick. You are out in that first 15 minutes, 30 minutes, typically anyway. So that's that. What else we got? Natural gas is being annoying, right? Natural gas it needs to just. Oh, that's TLT. Natural gas is there. So has fully retraced, um, has fully retraced its European move. We're back in the same exact spot. I'd really like to come down and slam into this 530 one more time, and then give us the drop. I'm looking for the drop. So nothing more on that one. All right, that's it. Let us see what else we got. Cryptos are back up at 43K. Looks like AMC, GME are down. I feel like the Reddit traders are waning. So GME can go all the way down to 150. Yeah, they got some room. Let's see what we got with Apple and Tesla. Apple's kind of a little slow. Oh, did you guys see that? Elon's quote to Jeff yesterday. You can't sue your way to the moon. I thought that was awesome. You can't sue your way to the moon. Little does Elon know this is America. In America, you can sue yourself anywhere. America and suing is big. So, but I thought that was a great quote. You can't sue yourself you can't sue your way to the moon. Like, yes, he can. He Elon can say whatever he wants. It is, I mean, people get sued for everything. But I feel like, I mean, here's the thing. you know, Branson has kind of just disappeared. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm the playboy. Yep, I did it. We're good, right? Um, I feel like he's like not even like a contender, and like it's like, yeah, we're gonna do this, but like he doesn't really have true like Space Force aspirations. I feel like Elon does, but just so he could be the first one to do it. I feel like Bezos is like that's his next Amazon. Like if I had to, if I was a betting person, right? And you guys know I'm not, but if I had to place a bet, so this is my this is my, I'm gonna call this right now for like the future going forward, right? Like my future forecast. If there is a city, like the first city in space, and like the future of the city, I would bet that Bezos slash it'll be like Amazon City or something like that, or like new Amazon. Like right, we have New York, and that was just a new version of York, which is in the UK. New Amazon. I'm gonna go right now and say mark this down right now. It's September 30th at 10:25 a.m. New Amazon is going to be the first, or their lunar city or privately owned space station. It's not going to be called Tesla Station. It'll be called New Amazon. I'm saying it right now. In 100 years from now, when it happens, they're gonna be like, "Hey, there was that guy, right? We're gonna call him, Notre Dame 2 is going to be my nickname." He said Jeff retired to become a full-time SpaceX. Or yeah, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, I agree with them. I don't feel like having all our eggs in Tesla's basket is a good idea. I feel like they, yeah, should have. I feel like the contracts will be advanced much faster if they spread over 3 ways. But at the same time, I also feel like they were strategic in giving it to Tesla, because if they didn't give it to Tesla, Tesla was going to go with China and partner with China and do it with China. And I think that's why we're doing it here. I don't think Bezos would do that, but I do believe that Elon would have. He might, but Elon won't do it first. Nah, I don't think Elon will do it first. Um, Elon, I think, is a guy like he's the guy that just wants to do what everybody else is not doing. But if you're talking about building, I mean, look at Tesla as a company, right? Tesla's not a company that makes billions of dollars, right? Tesla ran at a loss. They were like losing on every car that they sold, but it was like being able to say that you did it, right? Um, Bezos, I mean, he took Amazon. Everybody thought he was insane, and look what he's done with Amazon, right? I mean, it's I mean, it's a disruptor, right? So I mean, if you think about what would be the next thing, like a space city, all right. I mean, maybe Elon will be the first one to fly to the sun. I don't know. But I feel like when you're talking about building something that's, again, economically feasible, right? Like if you're gonna like if I had all these guys, it was like a rich person roulette, right? Or not roulette, but like a rich person like fantasy league, right? If I'm gonna put someone in charge of the company to grow it, I'm putting Bezos. If I want someone to head my R&D department, I'm going to put Elon. Is kind of how I think about that, right? That would be like my fantasy lineup, right? Branson, I wouldn't throw him up there, but that would be my power play, my two ringers. Those would be my first two fantasy football draft people, right? I would put Bezos in charge of building the business and infrastructure aspect, um, and then I would put Elon as far as R&D. I think my take is Elon is basically like a real life Tony Stark, right? He's like an Iron Man, right? Where Bezos is more like a Professor X, not because he's bald, but because I feel like he is just very like strategic in his thinking, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and he doesn't get as much help as Elon does. So, oldest grandchild's favorite pet, yeah, right. So, all right, well, that's the last thing. Let's go do the drawing for today. So, remember, Sean, who is done messing up right now, is going for number 3. So Sean is going for 250 pip chips right now. Everybody else is going for 25 because we didn't miss anything. So it is a 25. Actually, I guess it's Thursday. It's not Friday. Well, I'm already jumping ahead. But it is win number 3 for Sean, right? Sean is jacking the tickets in there, right? He's buying up all the tickets. And yeah, let's see who else we got in there. Briggs in with 2, Eki is in with 1. You can tell that Ernest is not concerned. Neuro's in with a little bit. Neuro's is kind of like, yeah, Sean's a nice guy. There we go, Ernest. There we go, my man. There we go. Ernest is like trying to. Ernest is like he's the gatekeeper. You want to get in the top 5, you got to mess with Ernest is the bully playing like I feel like Ernest is the bully at the poker table, right? He's the big chip stack that tries to like, all right, you want to come up okay, I'm gonna make you pay for it. I'm gonna make you pay, right? I'm gonna make you pay. US Cat tanked. Did it? It pulled away. Yeah, I was afraid this was gonna happen. Yeah, they all should move. Yeah, they said something with CAD. There's got to be some CAD news. Let's see. PMI came in slightly lower than expected. Let's see what the natural gas number looks like. It was expected. Look, even higher. Look. Surplus is continuing to build. Last time it was 76. They expected 86. It came in at 88. So we're getting more and more and more. Yeah, CAD's dropping. What is that? Oh, it's delayed. I won't be able to see that one for 10 minutes. So, all right, let's go and do the drawing. All right, closing it down. All right, so technically, let's see. There's a battle going on here. They have, yeah. This is a good battle. This is a good battle. I'm happy about this one. I like this. This is a good battle. So figure they have 17 tickets, so they have like a what, 40% chance of winning, something like that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And watch it. This is where like Eki wins with one. All right, here we go. Winner of today's drawing is, wow, he does it. He gets the sweep. How much did he have? He had a 30% chance of winning. So look at that. He gets it. I think he was a little concerned. Let's see, Sean, right there, 250. 250, number 3, and it resets tomorrow. Look at that. He's right on Neuro's butt. No, he's 600 away from Neuro, but yeah, he's right there. So yeah. I want to see what this one is doing. I'm not gonna wait 10 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna watch this one. So yeah, surplus is building because supposedly it's gonna be such. Todd's like, yeah, it's gonna be a cold winter. I'm like, it's not gonna be. They said that every year. Every year. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna screenshot this right now, and I'm gonna send it to Todd. Okay, look at this. Surplus continues to grow. So, all right, guys. With that said, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go rest my voice for a little bit. I got one of the mentoring sessions in 30 minutes. So, if you guys need anything, shoot me a message on Discord, and I will catch you guys later. But yeah, that was a pretty good battle. I like that one. I'm happy about that. So, all right, you guys take care. See you tomorrow.